This is my intro. It's not much of an intro, but it's my intro. 5th grade. And then so it says, my best friend Claire. And it says, here's how it goes. I used to live in California, but then I moved to New York. But in California, I had a best friend named Claire Foster. When me and Claire, it's supposed to say Claire and I, by the way, were born, it was like there was already a connection between us. Which is kind of confusing because I think your birthday is after April. So while you were still a baby in your mother's stomach, I had a connection with you. But me and Claire were born differently. When I was born, again, I think you're a foster child. When I was born in the caring hands of my parents, ready to go home. When Claire was born, her parents could not be able to feed her or care for her, so she was a foster at birth. Okay, I don't know where I got this in my mind that you were a foster child. Maybe just because of your last name. Her foster parents adopted her after birth. A couple years later, they adopted another little baby. I also had a younger sister about the same time they adopted the little baby. I think I'm trying to say Madison was born a year after Kevin was adopted. But that's when I met Claire. I met Claire in preschool. Did we meet in preschool? We were in the same class. Our mothers had been friends forever. Were our mothers friends? So they were talking to us about how we are going to like each other so much. Who knows? When we met in preschool, both of our faces lit up. Because, you know, preschool buddies. We were so excited to see each other, we hugged and ran around the classroom. The first day we met, we were so excited to see each other that we hugged and we ran around the classroom. On the first day of school, I fell down and Claire helped me up. I don't know if that's true or not. We were friends till the very end. So, all in all, our mothers talked about each other, saying how cool we were and that we were going to be best friends. The first day we came to school, we instantly knew who each other were. We ran to each other, hugged, and then I fell down and you helped me up. And I knew that we were going to be friends till the end. After school, we would always go to the bee-infested park, but we would have a good time. I actually do remember this. Do you remember this? There used to be a park that there would be so many bees there, but it was like the coolest park ever, and we always went there. And it wasn't Lazy Park. It was like a playground park thing, but I do remember that, so that's not a lie. We would slide down the slide and swing at the swings. And once in a while climb the trees. Again with climbing the trees. I don't remember climbing the trees. We would do this every day after school. Every single day since preschool, we went to this park and climbed the climb and climbed the trees, swung the swings, swing the swings, and slide down the slides. I would go over to her house and she would come off to mine. I don't know why I put off there. And she would come to mine. So yes, that is not a lie. We would always visit each other's houses. Claire's house was a square house with stairs that led up to her house. What an awkward sentence. It was painted tan. It always had a brightly colored flag outside. Did it? No, I don't think it did. She had a big bedroom with a window view. That you did. She has a big backyard with a play set in the back. Did you have a play set? I thought you just had the volley thing. And a big apple tree with lots of apples. I actually don't remember if you had a tree. With a living room with a TV. That I do remember. The huge TV, and I was always so jealous because we had our little, like, square TV at the time. And a dining room with a small kitchen. No, your kitchen was pretty big. My house is white with a stained glass window. It also has stairs that lead up to the door. I think I'm meaning, like, those, you know, if you have stairs that go up to your door, that's what I'm talking about. I have a huge tree in the front of my house. Now, this is all probably going to be true because I remember my house more distinctly. My room is big, but I have to share it with my newborn baby sister. Again, this was when I was in 5th grade. She wasn't newborn. She was about 7. She was 7 at the time, and I was 11. And again, I'm writing from when we were in California. Claire also had to share her room with her new brother. Is that true? I thought you always had a separate room from your brother. In kindergarten, Claire and I, it says me and Claire again, moved to a new school called Walden. In the front, it had a lot of trees and a sandbox. It also had a big blacktop, but so many classrooms. Now this I remember distinctly. Walden was huge when I was a little kid. And I remember the big playground and then the place where we'd sit and wait for our parents with all the trees and then the actual school. I was in Miss Tina's classroom, same as Claire. Tina was really nice to both of us. We both only had half days until the half of the year was over. So I think what I'm trying to say is that you know how in the beginning of like preschool, or I think it was kindergarten, you only have half days for half of the year and then the rest of the year they're all whole days? In first grade, we had Lori. She was the nicest teacher me and Claire and I had ever met. Do you remember Lori? I love Lori. Then my sister was born, and Claire, again! I'm just going back and forth from past to present to present. Ugh. Then my sister was born, and Claire got a new baby brother. No, my sister was born after Kevin was born. I moved to a bigger house, and so did Claire. We were 3 blocks away. I remember that. We were very close. It was really nice. Me and Claire and I still went to the same school and had the same teacher. First grade was awesome. We started on writing and reading. I can read books. I just said we started on writing and reading. I can read books. Yes. And that's when okay, again with the lies. I'm not gonna, but pretty much it just goes on to say that you and I were the best writers in the class and that we were writing buddies and that writing was our gift and, we were writing little pieces but not like life stories. And then when second grade came around, we were in Miss Lori's class again. Then I moved to a new school and I was really depressed because I wanted to be with you all the time. By the end of the year, my mom said that Walden was too much money, and that she would not be able to pay for me to go to it for another year. So then I moved, and I was upset because I hated that other school. But Claire was right there by me. She was awesome, right by my side, even when things were bad. I went to that school, but right after school, my mom would pick me up, and Claire... Okay, it's saying that we would both be picked up even though we went to different schools and they were like miles away from each other. So apparently my mom picked you up, picked me up, then dropped you off at our house, or no, at your house, and then dropped me off, which is, no. But then my mom got the job and I was really upset and I told her I didn't want to go because we were best friends and I didn't want to leave you. And then I ended with saying... But I had to my family pack up, and on the day that we were going to leave, Claire wasn't there. She was too sad to come. I don't remember if you were there when we left. You probably were. I don't know. But I don't think you were like off crying in your room. Oh, April's leaving. Sadness. Cry. I don't think you were too sad to come. It was either you didn't come because something else was going on, or you came, and I just don't remember. Now that I'm in New York, I still call and email her, but it's not the same. It says game, but it's not the same. She was the best, and we miss each other a lot, but we are in different time zones, different states, and that couldn't change. So that's how I ended it. And that's pretty much the most depressing story about you and I.